The war on terrorism is a bad idea. Not that necessarily don't want to defeat people who are bent on creating, attacks on America and so on. But the whole strategy of the enemy is this: they want us to expand, 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 expand. Send a battalion to Yemen, send one to Nigeria, send one to the Philippines. Then the terrorists, Al Qaeda, gonna shift maybe to Venezuela. We send a battalion down there. Maybe they're gonna send the next battalion somewhere else until we don't have any more troops. And then Al Qaeda gonna divide up again and go somewhere else and somewhere else and somewhere else, and then they're gonna win. The army gonna bust, equipment run down. In the meantime, as we focus on this war on terrorism, we give up on the economy, and then jobs gone out to the window, and we have this serious social problems here, etc., etc. So I think that what we need to do is understand that Al Qaeda is not interested in a fight. They're just interested in pulling us out and dragging us out, and until they get us to a place where we just can't respond again. Al Qaeda is not the enemy. They are used by the enemy, as well as the enemy is over here and getting some people into what they want to happen: more war, until the army is busted, the economy is busted, and then everything is over. This is what the enemy wants. This kind of strategy has been used in the past. It was used in Rome, where they started attacking the outskirt of the empire, here, there, here, and everywhere, and got them running back and forth and everything. They got tired, and then they just knock off the Rome. And it has happened, all the times before. So it's either we're gonna sit down with Al Qaeda and the Taliban and find out like what's really up, and maybe instead of mobilizing a battalion to go after them, maybe we do some surgical strikes or something. But I don't think that we could keep responding to them in the way that it has been done in the past. In fact, I want to know whether the first incident in 911, whether it shouldn't have been handled differently. But on the other hand, I don't want to go there, but some folks seem to have benefited by the 8 years of talking fear and all that, and now it has become an epidemic with Al Qaeda. They just want to bring more fear to us. So I think some way, somehow, we need to transfer this from a war into a criminal matter and deal with it in that fashion. Because as I see it, they're going to keep this thing up. They're going to keep shifting around. We increase the troops in Afghanistan. We're going to have to increase in Iraq, all over the place. And it's just America that's going all over the place trying to chase down the terrorists. So we have to find a different way of fighting this, or else they're going to stretch the army out and bust it. This is what they intend to do. And they're going to pull the economy down, and we can be in some serious trouble. So I think President Obama has an approach that is unique. And we can't study people like Peter King, because he seemed to want to run for president. And he started off by castigating Michael. And now he thinks he knows that what we need to do in solving this terrorist crisis. But I don't think he understands exactly what we're up against, and what is the whole agenda, and what is the specific intent of the use that the enemy is putting Al Qaeda to. We can't be dragged into this thing where we're going to be fighting all over the world. It's going to be back like Hitler again. Yeah, we have a legitimate thing in that we're trying to defeat terrorism. But anytime you have a multiple front war, it's going to become something like Hitler, where your troops can get stretched out, equipment and get denigrated, and kind of break down all over the place. And the economy, the dollar, can become significantly insignificant, where you have to have a wheelbarrow to go and buy a candy. So we have to keep this big picture in mind and see how best we could deal with these terrorists, or else they're going to end up causing us some serious grief. Do not be sort of responding to them the way they want. Maybe we need to, as they're doing right now, empower nations where they're operating in, and do surgical strikes, a predator to a nation. Maybe we could send a couple of predators down there instead of sending a battalion, because you have Iran going to start again, then you have Syria. So we can be every part of the world, and I don't know how that will go, but just be careful how you kind of taking on these people tit for tat. It's dangerous. Find another way to solve this problem.